Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't put me again.
What fi gonna eat no money, what fi at you, it no at you. Covid money, miss away in the year, look at you. Use the youth, them money, waste for most of man to statue. Say me like a catch you, but they got enough, they got you. Take this spit of money, God, and say that it's not you. One day, the man above him, up him, I got up. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. The singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% please.
It burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them
It
raise.
burn me.
I see corruption please.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't put me again.
For me say dig up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me know me got bigger. The already promises none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our fever. Member bowl honey and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start and people themselves.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the son man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't put me again.
Stevie dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good evening, and welcome to Global TV. Thank you for joining us this evening. Sorry we did not do a live show this morning for you, but we premiered something contentious for you this morning. Maybe it rustles some amount of feather. If it does, sorry about that. But the topic should explain, the title should explain to you what I am trying to say to you with this morning's premiere. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, via subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining Global TV. Welcome to the People's Point of View. Portia Simpson Miller is a woman too. Portia Simpson Miller is Jamaican too. That we will get to later on. And you can call Cliff Hughes as well, because we have a bit of conversation about who can be journalists and who cannot, and what qualification, Cliff Hughes, does one needs to be a journalist as opposed to a blogger. All right? So call Cliff Hughes, because we have things to ask Cliff Hughes tonight about certain. Good evening, Mr. Wayne Walker, the sport reporter at Nationwide. Good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining Global TV. Sharon Bernard, good evening. Beat and Teach, good evening. Good evening all and welcome. This evening could be contentious, I don't know yet. Where contention leads this evening, we may just follow quite closely behind. Monica Wills, RJ, Sheena, Kelly, Canadian Gal, Marcia Thomas, Nora Horace. Good evening. Michelle Lewis Wilson, Monica Hawthorne, Abida Sarkodi, Michelle McCoy, Paulette Lewis, Chelsea Clinton, John Rock 8766, Annie Jones, Colleen Donner, Sophia Hall. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Let me see who is over TikTok. Why this thing don't behave itself? Good evening, TikTok. Good evening to everyone. Zelita, Kolo, Brenda, Jackie, good evening, and welcome. Damien Goss, good evening. Renice Nicholson. I don't even know who to start on first. But did any of you watch the one day early press conference today? Press briefing, as you know it normally happens on a Wednesday. But we had it today. And you all know the purpose for it was to celebrate International Women's Day, because it will be falling on a Saturday this year, the 8th of, what's it to call it? The 8th of March. So therefore, one could understand why the government hurled themselves into the spotlight today, celebrating International Women's Day ahead of Saturday's recognition. It was embarrassing. It was political. Because regardless of partisan feeling or whatever, it was International Women's Day, Prime Minister, that you were celebrating. And to all of the women who stood there, fawning and driveling over the Prime Minister, it was International Women's Day recognized, not JLP Women's Day recognition. Quite a different thing. Quite much a different thing from what we saw Andrew Holness. But I want to irritate you all tonight, because I know I love to irritate you. I want to play a bit of Dana Jivel, Gavel, and Javel for you. But I don't want you to listen to Dana too much. I want you to focus on Dana's eye movement. See if you blank out knives out of your head and then just focus on Dana eyes, because I don't know what the eyes were searching for with all of those lies that she may have told. But what I will do, I will play a bit of the irritant minister for you, because I want to use her make a point. You bear with me. It was disgraceful. I don't know. Me not go touch on no for long, but me want to look on Dana eye. I want to look on Dana's eyes. While Dana tell the whole heap, we don't know where she get all those from. We don't know where Dana gets all those from.
We also have Denzel Thorpe with us, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport. We also have Miss Debbie Salmon, Chairperson of the Women's Center Foundation of Jamaica. Miss Novlet Howell, Executive Director of the Women's Center Foundation of Jamaica.
Top up the screen, please.
Mrs. Sharon Coburn Robinson, Principal Director of the Bureau of Gender Affairs. And a lot of other young women are here in the audience. And as you can get from what's happening, sorry, Mr. Thorpe, P.S. Thorpe, there are a lot of women here because it is a special morning. It's a morning to celebrate all of you. And so I have to also acknowledge our members of the media who are always here, our specially invited guests, mainly our students from Carrimack and Mary Seacole Hall, or Carrimack students. This is actually an assignment. They're here for an assignment. Last week when they were here, we had another set of Carrimack students here. They were asking the reporters why they asked the questions.
Let me take her a bit forward. We should tell more hope
at Carrimack. So that was, I was a young public sector worker here at the office of the Prime Minister. And she was the most warm person to me, even with her high stature. I had seen her since I was a child, watching her on TV, and then I met her, and she just embraced me with open arms. And she has continued to do that throughout the times I've had to interact with her. Last year when I became Minister of Education, the next day I saw this beautiful orchid in my office. And it was from the Honorable Olivia Grange telling me congratulations and that she is supporting me in this new role. We say women don't support each other. This is a cabinet of women who support each other. And this is the kind of example we want to set for young women, that you can support each other. You don't have to tear each other down. That's not necessary. And the Honorable Olivia Grange has shown me that and has taught me that in my own career. We also have the Honorable Kamina Johnson-Smith, Senator, the Honorable, and she's the reason that I said yes to coming into this world. This world of politics. When I saw, I have to clarify it, right? When I saw her deciding to come into this world and knowing her as a really exceptional attorney and just an exceptional person, and to see her want to serve her country in this way and to go up against a lot of negativity at times and battles in the Senate. And I saw it, and I would occasionally send her a little note and saying, you have a lot of people supporting you. And I saw her do it. And because I saw her do it, I knew that when I was asked to do it, I could do it because I saw her do it. And that's why representation is so important. You want to see women in these high positions because it inspires other women. It doesn't seem so strange anymore. And so I thank her.
This is where I want to stop, Senator Dixon, because it inspires women. It is why you want to see women in those positions, because it inspires more women. The disgraceful action of today's celebration of International Women's Day was a purely JLP political acknowledgement of women. Why am I saying this? I had to listen to the press conference twice because I was busy out and about on the street today. So there were times where I had to pull my headset out of my ears, then go back to it again and such like and such a forth. So when I came home, I listened the whole thing again and I listened to all of them. And let me clear this up with the Prime Minister. Yes, you have bring a lot of women into Parliament, more than we've ever had before. More women in cabinet than we've ever had before. Those are true. Those are factual. No one can take that from you. But to have had the whole day or hours of all of these influential women in Parliament and in cabinet, because it's mainly the ministerial ones who came this morning. Not one of those women mentioned the word Portia Simpson once. They went to a whole plethora of women in leadership, past and present. Disgracefully, though, because of politics, they couldn't acknowledge the woman who hold the most powerful post in Jamaica. Of course, we have female politicians before Portia Simpson. But this generation of women in Parliament, you are sitting there because Portia stood amongst a whole host of testimonial hooligans to make sure you modern day women can walk into that patriarchal testosterone ocean. Portia Simpson paved that way for a lot of you, all of you modern women in politics now, all of you young female in the cabinet and all sorts. And all of these women, Babsy, Favor, Juliet, Marlene, Dana, not one, not once, they acknowledge Portia Simpson breaking off the glass ceiling. They keep talking about young women aspiring, but why don't you want to remind these young ladies that they can aspire to the highest office which Portia Simpson held? I mean, Portia Simpson paved the way for a lot of you women in Parliament, because if Portia Simpson did faint heart, she wouldn't have made it in there or crossed the board, because she was in a sea amongst dragons on both sides, Labour and PNP. Portia went through it with all of them. And all of these women stand at the political podium today, disgracefully fawning and fawning over the Prime Minister when they are said to be celebrating International Women's Day. But so much was about Andrew Holness. But the name Portia Simpson Miller was not mentioned once. So what? Portia Simpson is not a woman. Portia Simpson achievement is not the highest achievement any woman in Jamaica could achieve. Or you all don't remember that. It was disgraceful. This was all about the prime minister did this. The prime minister, we were celebrating, you were acknowledging International Women's Day. You were acknowledging International Women's Day. Is Portia Simpson not a woman as well? It was just disgracefully about Andrew. Andrew Holness did this, Andrew Holness did that. But we were celebrating International Women's Day. Why talk about Andrew and not Portia? It was a disgraceful behavior. I don't think the government should make something of such international stature political to the Jamaica Labour Party. That's what makes it distasteful. Because what the government has done is use an international recognized day for their own political purpose, when it's to recognize women internationally. But today was about recognizing achievement of women in the Jamaica Labour Party. It is broader than that, Andrew Holness. Trust me, it is International Women's Day is much broader than the Jamaica Labour Party. Today's exercise was about lauding Andrew Holness, how much Andrew Holness has allowed women to break the glass ceiling in our country, which is not really true. Portia Simpson show women in our country you can break the glass ceiling. What Andrew is doing is building on that. It's not Andrew that is making women break the glass ceiling. Portia Simpson fought in a sea of men and show women that it was possible to reach to the top office among 62 men. Today was purely nasty and political. But as me say, tonight may be a bit contentious. Me not disrespect nobody, but I'm going to respond to a youth when me see on Facebook when they J Progress, something of the sort. Because I hear him come out on an attack, or calling out rather, Tanya Stevens. Because you must always lay prostrate in front of this prime minister, or you are disrespectful. Now, J Progress is arguing that Tanya Stevens has disrespected the prime minister and has disrespected the entire Jamaica, minus Global TV, J Progress. Minus Global TV. Freedom of expression, J Progress. Mannerism, respect is not by force. Respect, mannerism is not by force. Freedom of expression, as opposed to being nasty or being feisty or being rude. It's fair for you to see Tanya Stevens refusing to shake the prime minister's hand as being disrespectful. On the other hand, given that I have paid close attention to her social and political views, especially from COVID onwards, I could argue that she was exercising her freedom of expression to protest J Progress. Protest. The refusal to shake the Prime Minister's hand does not have to be disrespectful. It could be a protest. Even if it is disrespectful, there's no law against the refusal of shaking anyone's hand. If you remember, just a few years ago, everybody was running from everybody and nobody no one touch, nobody hand. So what is the big brouhaha in one refusing to shake a prime minister's hand? If one think a prime minister is not credible, has the integrity, the prime minister is corrupt, the prime minister is involved with criminal gang, any member, any citizen of Jamaica can protest against the prime minister by refusing to shake the prime minister's hand. Any citizen of Jamaica can disrespect the prime minister, in your view, by refusing to shake the prime minister's hand. Who is Andrew Holness? I mean, you all are defending the prime minister or prime minister. The fact is, the prime minister does not have much of integrity or character to defend. So if Tanya Stevens refused to shake the prime minister's hand, so what? It's her right not to touch a bloody hands or a hands that commit crime, a hand that steal from the public purse. She's within her right to do that. So the call where you call for apology, tell Andrew to come apologize to the nation for the money went thief and give him picnic to buy land. Because, know if there's gonna be any joy out of shaking the prime minister's hand. I don't know why you all think that Andrew Holness deserves any respect. Have you heard how Americans or the world talks about Donald Trump? Have you ever heard how the British talk about Keir Starmer or Boris Johnson? Why do you all think Andrew Holness is any leader of a statue or any leader with integrity to demand that respect? A prime minister who is suing us, the people of Jamaica, a prime minister who's trying to strike out the Corruption Prevention Act. Who do you think J Progress, Andrew Holness is? That demands, or command rather, the respect of the people of Jamaica. The Prime Minister is trying to eliminate the very integrity body formed under his regime. So I don't know what is your problem. If you are funded of the Prime Minister, J Progress, go and seek out the Prime Minister and shake his hands. It is simple. But you cannot force Tanya Stevens to shake a hand that commit crime, a hand that is involved in witchcraft, a hand tainted with blood, J Progress. You cannot force Tanya Stevens to shake the hand of a criminal. So if it burn you, tough, Tanya never shake the Prime Minister hand. The tough and independent woman Tanya is, that's a woman that will never back down to somebody like Andrew Holness. But maybe you sound more disrespectful or deaf ears to come and be asking any Jamaican to have respect for a prime minister who doesn't have respect for the law in our country. I don't know where to get on a logic from, but sometime wanna make them up and walk with them in a crocus bag, and then wanna shake them out in front of we, and we see the bullfrog and what tell we say a lobsters and crab. Cliff Hughes, lobsters and crab. Cliff. No, sir. Who if it on pan next tonight? Babsy Grange. Babsy Olivia Grange, leader of the most notorious gang in Jamaica, the One Order Gang, Miss Grange. Want to get conscience from? Because when you, who is coming from much further than a lot of these young ladies who are in parliament now, you couldn't break the silence to the Babsy Grange and recognize Portia Simpson, someone who you sat in parliament with for quite some time now, Babsy Grange. And come out and play the moral and integrity card. And Jay Progress want Tanya Stevens, want to compel Tanya Stevens to shake the hand of the most crooked prime minister Jamaica has ever had. But none of these women couldn't say today, because Portia Simpson stood amongst the sea of jargon in parliament, it inspires us, so many of us, to be here today. Because Andrew was behaving today like, whoopsie daisy, hooray, I am the second female prime minister in our country. Because everything was about Andrew, and it was all about lauding how this prime minister has lifted women and picked them up and throw them up to success. Of course, Prime Minister, I'm not denying that you have made quite a progress in bringing a lot more women into parliament on your side of the fence and in cabinet. But that is not the history, though. The history is not completed if chapter 5 or 3, if chapter 3 of the book is ripped out. You missed an awful lot, isn't it? If chapter 3 of the book is ripped out, you're going to miss an awful lot from the book, isn't it? When you have Babsy there going on and on about how long she has been there and that she still look young, because that's what she was inferring. Babsy come up on many radar, involving in gangs, involving in crime. At least 2 young men got shot in cars that the minister rented for them. Young men criminally affiliated, young men provided with guns and bullets by our very own political class. And I don't think the mouth could lead you to say Portia Simpson has broken the glass ceiling because she showed Jamaican women that you can rise above these men and become the leader of your country. We could have recognized that today because that is actually true. It wouldn't be that we not make up story like the whole heap of Anas's story where they not make up today. Because she went on and I took my audience bored of her. Juliet Cockburn Flynn went on and on, and Camino Johnson Smith went on and on and on. Marlene Malahoo Fort went on and on. They were just going at it. Faval were there, hungry as always, minister. Hungry. You could hear it in her voice. No, sir. Come let me up on the war part tonight. No, but I'm not telling a lie. Faval did hungry today, but you know the minister is always hungry, isn't it? The minister look weak, talk feeble. So the minister is always hungry. It is not if the minister is hungry. The minister always looks and sounds very hungry. So you can't forgive her because you have to hold your ears so to hear what the minister tries to say to you. Because the minister hungry. Murder. And you know, after all of the ladies spoke, the second female prime minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, spoke. You know what Andrew Holness go up there go do? Do you know what Andrew Holness went up there to do on a day when they're said to be celebrating JLP International Women's Day? Because it was only JLP women who have achieved that the Prime Minister recognized, or that was recognized by any of the women who were there frowning over the Prime Minister. But the Prime Minister went on to either warn or threaten mothers of Jamaica that talk to on a son, on a brother, on a niece, on a nephew, on a cousin, this, that, and the other, that we're going to make sure, the Prime Minister said, they don't enjoy the fruits of their crime. Now, in an utopian world, Prime Minister, one wouldn't hasten to agree with that, would they? But in a Jamaica world where the British ambassador identified that our politicians are involved in drugs, gun, gangs, scamming, the British, the Canadian, the Americans, WikiLeaks, one could fairly argue Andrew Holness on his statutory declaration and multiple of accounts. One could argue that the government and member of it or benefit from the fruits of their crime, Prime Minister. This is why in a Jamaica world, I find it to be very hypocritical. Because corruption, you see, Prime Minister, is the major cause of crime. It is the major cause of the crimes committed by the security forces. It is a major cause of crime committed by the government. Corruption, 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 corruption. So Prime Minister is almost very hypocritical to hear you, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, who is in front of the court, suing the nation, fighting to strike down the Corruption Prevention Act. A Prime Minister where his son is building multi-million-dollar development and buying acres of Jamaica land. is the Prime Minister saying that him and members of the government aren't benefiting from the fruits of their crime? I mean, every opportunity the Prime Minister gets, the Prime Minister has not or is yet to outline to the country an effective crime policy. What the Prime Minister does at every given chance is threatens the nation. And today on international, it's not really International Women's Day today. International Women's Day will be on Saturday. But because it's falling on the weekend, the government take the time to acknowledge the day today. It was disgraceful. Disgracefully political. Violet Watson, how you do? Disgraceful. But let me all put you on notice. I have been pinched and I have been whispered to. And if the PNP are here, draw closer. We could write it down, though. We could. It's a possibility that we might have a dissolution of Parliament in the next 6 weeks. Super D, Wagwan. Andrew Holness is gearing up for a snap election. Andrew Holness is not going to wait for the hurricane season to start. Gear yourself up, because in the next 6 weeks or so, you could have Parliament dissolved and we go full swing into the pigsty-ism of what our political campaigns can be and sometime are. So, gear on yourself up. If you don't register to vote yet, then you don't have a chance of voting in this upcoming election. But if you have registered to vote, then make sure you go out there and you vote. It is not my choice to tell any of you who to vote for. My job as a journalist, and this is where I will turn to Cliff Hughes and over there. My job as a journalist is to give you the information so you, the people, can make an informed choice when you go to the poll, hither or thither. Mr. Hughes. Mr. Hughes, good evening. Good evening, Cliff, over there, so. When Desmond say him, I go sue Damien. When I go sue Damien for Anthony Morgan, update me. Because I'm telling you all the while, stop listening to the word sue. Stop listening to the word sue. Lawsuit now coming like the word conspiracy. You know, when people, when you get onto the truth, you hear them bawl out. Conspiracy, the conspiracy theories, is a this, is a that. You know you're getting closer to the truth. So it's the way them use the defamation or I'm going to sue you. They're speaking something horrible, truthful, that I do not want to be spoken of out there. So let me squeal defamation, and it might just ram a bit of fear in them. and them not talk about the truth. But the truth is a defense, a complete defense in a defamation case. So don't walk and frighten people with the whole heap of lawsuit. We're not going anywhere. And the lawyers love to waste ink and papers too much. That's the problem your lawyers are having. They like to waste ink and paper. Pretty much what they go to, a lot of them go to school for anyway. Wasting ink and paper. Mr. Cliff Hughes and Mr. Wayne Walker. Good evening. When you will listen to Nationwide, you would probably know who Wayne Walker is, isn't it? Now, I'm going to tell you, Cliff Hughes, why I call myself, why I am a journalist and not a vlogger. Some may ask me, but did you go to school and get qualification in journalism? No, I did not. How could you say you're a journalist then? If you look on the career progression of one who does a law degree or a certain other degree, not just a law degree, a career progression that one could follow, I could become a lawyer, or we call them solicitor here. I could become a barrister, an advocate will wear the robe and wig. I could become a politician. I could also pursue a career in journalism. You know, if I was at the BBC, I would be a legal and political correspondent, Cliff Hughes. Now, Wayne Walker, Cliff Hughes. Because when I talk about Wayne on a style we as social media vloggers or social media influencers, what set Ono Cliff apart from us is what I'm asking. Because as far as I, Cliff, am concerned, Wayne Walker, he's at your street corner now. But remember, him got RGR, him got fame, him got, because Wayne Walker know how to work the thing, isn't it, Cliff Hughes? Mr. Walker may not know me, but I know Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker from Waterhouse. West Bay Farm Road, Mr. Walker. Come and tell us what makes you know calling yourself sport journalists, but we are vloggers. What is it? Because unless you go do it under the sycamore tree, Mr. Walker, or behind back road, I doubt you have any CXC. One would ask, then how Mr. Walker get all the way to RJR and Fame FM? You know that song that says, I found the answer down on my knees? Mr. Walker. So come out here, Cliff Hughes. Come tell us who Mr. Walker is. What's your relationship, Mr. Hughes, the journalist, with Mr. Walker, the sport? Because I incubate them over there, you know, Cliff Hughes. You have become the national bat incubator. Hey, my hair is Stuart. Good evening. Don't know if me are family because, you know, we come from the Stuart. My mother side are Stuart and Linda's. So maybe me and Mahiri are family. Hello, Mahiri Stuart. Just saying hello to you. But come and tell us, Cliff Hughes. And you go come tell we, you know. Because Cliff Hughes, me no think you go want me come say things Hmm? Your father, what happened to your father ice cream galang in Wayne Walker? Hmm? What happened to the ice cream galang in where your father used to do? By the time you go take up your father, what happened to Sergeant Courtney? Hmm? When last? How did you get to Fame FM? Hmm? Does Lance Whitaker have anything to do with you getting so far ahead? So when you come out here every day, Cliff Hughes, and what try talk down to we as vlogger like say, we're not educated, we are just news carriers and vagabaggers. Hmm? We have qualifications, Cliff Hughes. A lot of us out here on social media have qualifications that your people at your radio station don't have. A lot of us out here, Cliff Hughes, on social media, if it's about on paper, Cliff Hughes, I'm sure I'm much more qualified than a lot of people at your radio station. But you always come out here and I go on like say, we not qualify because we not the ask Wayne Walker, back passage or front passage Wayne Walker, which door you come through? You don't come out here every day, come go on like say. Education put me as so a batty put Wayne Walker where Wayne Walker is. And Wayne Walker can't come out here, come tell me, say, like, I'm not going to shut him down. If Wayne Walker ever come out here, Cliff Hughes, and open his mouth, I will shell him down with the truth. Yeah, Wayne Walker come out here, come tell the public what relationship on inner, Wagwan, or Wayne Walker get him job and all that. But Wayne Walker don't have CXC Cliff Hughes, and you know that unless a heart him go get it, unless him go night school, Cliff Hughes. Can you say if he went to night school? Because he's a good skettle. He's a good side chick. He's a good backstreet operator, isn't it, Wayne Walker? No, I try to tell Cliff Hughes because all the time Cliff Hughes refer to it. Him refer to it as social media influencers, as social media blog, and you can see them attitude like, who are they? So I make Cliff Hughes know, say, I'm qualified to be in this position. Lots of out here who are talking on social media qualified for this position. We didn't have to bed our way through the media organization like what Nationwide and a lot of places do. I mean, Wayne Walker make him way around the block, Cliff Hughes. And Cliff Hughes, I want you or Wayne Walker to come answer me because I have more things I would have want to open a Wayne Walker face, but I would want Wayne Walker to have a back and forth. Wayne Walker. So when we not talk about, we talk about with decent. And talk about we like we're brighter than uno, like we're honest, more honest than uno, like we're more independent than uno. Not come knock with about vloggers or social media. This no, we're journalists. Me know some uno traditional people don't like the word. A lot of uno traditional people don't like the word. But uno can't define we. You understand? We now walk and define uno, you know. We take uno for one so no be. We know you're on an incubator scheme. We know you're on an incubator scheme over the Cliff Hughes. It's plain to see, the world see it. What you don't do, you don't come out here and go on like say anything journalism are going over there. It's if it's vlogging are going over here, so Cliff Hughes, it's vlogging are going over there, so. Because the man will sit down and read sport on your station, learn to read in somebody's lap, Cliff Hughes, because he did not pursue education. So when you not talk to it like we're afraid of it. Don't talk to it like we don't know so we can jump up in our face at any time and we don't afraid to talk on a secret because you can sue me in particular because I know how to do the legal dance of a lawsuit. When you not talk to it with respect, Cliff Hughes. Don't come talk to it like say the word journalism inch and knock pan uno. But make a turn pan the police them now. I think I've given Cliff Hughes enough to wonder and ponder if Cliff Hughes could tell the people who Mr. Wayne Walker is, how Mr. Wayne Walker gets the job there, and how much other is currently in the incubator, and is he incubating anymore for the Jamaica Labour Party? Just a question, Cliff. On the security force, I'm going to play a video for you, but I have removed the sound to protect my source. Now, this will be important to the motorists. I don't know how to explain this, I don't know. So when it comes to pie and cars, I only know that they're pie and they're cars. I cannot explain much more about them. So even the national road policy in Jamaica, I don't understand because me not drive, me walk and me ride bicycle, and at that part me understand. But you know, under the new Road Traffic Act, there was a whole heap of brouhahas and things that came in as to what you can do, should do, must not do, and all that jazz. Colleen, how you do? I'm trying to add people to add you to my team. Colleen, I really don't know how to do this thing. Hold on there. Jesus keeps me near the cross. How do I add to the team? You don't know. Build a team. You don't know how them suck me go. Them suck me a foreign galang in. Hold on there. Come soon come to Cliff Hughes. Me don't know. It always tell me to add people as members. But Jesus. I don't know how to do this thing, you know, I may go try and I don't know how to. Them stop me a foreign. I must have foreign something them. Hold on there. Me don't know. A foreign. Sorry. Me I try to add member to my sin thing, but me don't know how we do so. Me I left the foreign sin thing them to foreign people. Foreign people, we understand them something there. Now, when the new Road Traffic Act came in, there was a lot of do's and don'ts. Some of you, especially you in Jamaica, who engage with our road, knows them. The one I'm going to deal with tonight is the, what's you might call it? The license plate issue. You know, there's a law down there in the new Road Traffic Act as to what color license plate you ought to have for XY vehicle. No, so me don't say so I can explain this good. But you ought to have a certain license plate for a certain type of vehicle, and if you're carrying stuff and so on, you have to have, I think, a green license plate. Like if you have a pickup van, you would have to have a green license plate, I think. Somebody correct me on that if that's the correct point. But what I'm trying to say is we see motorists regularly complain that they are subjected to such. But it seems as if the police is not subjected to such, because I've come across a video that one of my researchers sent to me. And the police obviously are carry things in a vehicle back there, where if it was the ordinary citizen, then they would have been penalized for that because they are not carrying the correct license on the phone there. They're not carrying they're not using the correct license plate, or beat and teacher there. Hold on there. Of course, it's beat and teach earlier, don't I? Yes. I want me to talk say again. Yes, the license plate, the license plate got long in. So if police are carry lumbar, whatever accoutrements them are carrying back there, shouldn't they be mandated to a green license plate as well as it is for other road users, such as if it was a road user carrying tools in a them van? My understanding, they would be subjected to a green license plate. So, if that is factual, that I saw it figure, we would want Horace Chang or Kevin Blake to tell us if the police are above the law in our country, as to why the police would be allowed to carry XY in the back of a pickup van without the correct designated license plate. So, unless them are going to say to we say, cho, you know how it go. A one law for uno and a one law for we. Green plate, private carriage, blue plate, dealer plate, white plate, private owner, yellow plate, government plate, and red plate, public passenger. Oh, so you go. Boy, all them now hope a plate, and color plate. That would confuse me. That would have confused the Rotterdam out of me. So would that mean, young DT, that because the government vehicles are yellow plate, then it would be acceptable for them because that is their designated plate? Let me know, because I don't know if I'm done when it comes to car and gun. The only thing I know about them two something there is that they're cars and their guns. I don't know anything else. Let me see if what else. Yes, there's a young lady which send a message to the Prime Minister. I have to cut out the threat part that she made because me no want nobody say may I send threat to them. I mean, I want them go walk and arrest the young woman, even though out upon my account. So me make sure cut out the threat part. But I think her message is relevant. She sent it across very Jamaican and very ghetto, as we would say, with profanities and all sorts. I'm not bothered by it. Hope you're not too bothered. But I think the point she was trying to get across is quite relevant.
Let me tell you this here. I look like a blood clot, mad people alone. No give time idea, it come like a mad people blood clot alone. No listen to. So let me tell you no blood clot. This can me can shape shift. Me is a blood clot born shape shifter. Mr. Holiness blood clot, sir. Mr. Sir. Let me tell you this right blood clot now. You see the healthcare system within a blood clot Jamaica is a big bumbo clot joke. I'm sick and tired. I'm gonna go sit down and watch my blood clot mother dead. My mother dead in the hospital from 4 blood clot o'clock yesterday morning. Doctor pump him cause they don't have no ventilation machine, sir. For help her breathe, she have bad blood clot asthma, sir. Sir, she COPD, sir. You understand? And every hospital where they call in a Jamaica now have no ventilation machine. It broke down. This now work. And let me tell you this, Mr. Holiness. See if my blood clot mother dead. Just know.
There's a threat that came after that, which I didn't want to play. But regardless of how the government tell us how much money is being spent into the thing and how well the thing is doing, as I said in my last night program, the good economic management is not being translated in aspects of our country: healthcare, education, road, water, stabilize the cost of living. Nothing just now. Nothing now turn. Nothing is turning. Everything just derelict and so.
Let me tell you this here. I look like a blood clot, mad people alone. No give time idea, it come like a mad people blood clot alone. No listen to. So let me tell you no blood clot. This can me can shape shift. Me is a blood clot born shape shifter. Mr. Holiness blood clot, sir. Mr. Sir. Let me tell you this right blood clot now. You see the healthcare system within a blood clot Jamaica is a big bumbo clot joke. I'm sick and tired. I'm gonna go sit down and watch my blood clot mother dead. My mother dead in the hospital from 4 blood clot o'clock yesterday morning. Doctor pump him cause they don't have no ventilation machine, sir. For help her breathe, she have bad blood clot asthma, sir. Sir, she COPD, sir. You understand? And every hospital where they call in a Jamaica now have no ventilation machine. It broke down. This now work. And let me tell you this, Mr. Holiness. See if my blood clot mother dead. Just know.
I hope this is not politics, Mr. Holiness. I hope it is not politics that she's highlighting to the nation. No believe Dr. Tufton. Wouldn't hear Dr. Tufton for the propaganda, both with ventilator work and with this work and with that work. Nothing not working. She's frustrated because her mother is at the point of dying and no ventilator to help the situation. Every hospital them call, ventilator broke down. The whole ventilator broke down galangin. That was one of the issues that Dr. Dawes rose last year. And Dr. Tufton go round and attack. It's political, it's this, it's that, it's lie, it's narrative. But here comes a patient, Dr. Tufton. We said the hospital, I call round to other hospital, I try get a ventilator for your mother. And there seemed to be, Dr. Tufton, no workable ventilator in the country. Well, I don't know. But it don't look pretty. It don't look pretty at all. Not at all. Because with way I go on in a few country, I told afraid that they know. They not talk so sweet thing about crime today. You know when you drop and bump your head, old people automatically run come with sugar and water for you. Remember say sugar and water. I did medicine for knockout. And all them something there. You know somebody could have take a big stick and whack you. And you turn over a flatter ground. And they just come with little sugar and water. And everything solved. Or another member. Say sugar and water can solve a big God Almighty thing. And this is where Dana went at the sugar and water. I can't pay sugar and water along in Dana they talk about today. No? I be sugar and water along in. Coming like somebody lick Dana and then Granny just run come with the sugar and water and say poor picking it. And them something that boy the thing them what Dana make up. Dana say for telling us say crime in 25 years, says Dana Dixon. Crime has never been this low. And I make it up, you know. Dana Dixon said it.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
Of course, that's what Dana Dixon says. I know me just make it up. Dana Dixon say, me did die university them time there. So I want to ask Dana Dixon, 25 years ago, my dear, when you was at university, or were at or however the back grammar go. Are you saying the fear of crime? Me nah say crime never exists them time Dana. Me nah say murder never rampant. Them time Dana. But ask the average John Tom. In most communities in Jamaica now, if the fear they have now, walking on the street of their community at night, Dana Dixon, if they had that fear 25 years ago, because that I can tell you, Miss Dixon, in my community, people never have problem walk on road 25 years ago at night, Miss Dixon. They really, Miss Dixon wouldn't want to try it now. But because phonemax is in a different language where we not learn yet, we don't have to give it time to catch up. Remember say we slow. Remember say we don't use a Jamal teach we. Remember somebody will fail Jamal, you know. So we don't have to give with time to catch up with the new ways of counting, the new counting language, the new counting narrative. We don't have to give it time to catch up. We don't know, so we're slow. Especially me, we can't count past 10. And you talk about 25 year what? I same thing, Miss Dixon. Give it time. Give it time, man. Whole heap of we out here. Don't know A and Bullfoot. So when we hear about 25 year and this your percentage of crime down and all that, no man, no give it time for catch up. We can't move so fast with the changes of counting. We can't move so fast with the changes of counting. Make we catch up and understand. Then we won't have the problem. When you tell we announce the story and we're asking you to say, where is Bratukuma in all this announce the story? No man, if you're done with the finke counting now, because you must wake up and say, we're really trying hard. Hard as we are trying. Them not seem to believe we. Me go show you how me dance. Me go show you tonight how me dance and the reason why you have to take time with me.
Would you repeat what you were saying?
Mr. McKenzie is suggesting that there's a certain level of partisanry on the part of how you allocate certain benefits at the municipal level.
Mr. McKenzie cannot come to this on this platform and say anything like that. What I have done is what he was practicing when he was the mayor. When he was the mayor and he gets the funding from the ministry, he shares it in a 50, 100% basis. He gives the JLP 50% and they take 100%. And it is evident right now that is exactly what I'm doing.
Hold on. That maths doesn't sound right. If you get $100 million, you take 100% and get the PNP 50?
Get half of it.
No, that's not no. Something
that's what he was doing.
No, but you can't have 150% or something, sir. How much would you take and how much would you give the PNP?
If he gets $10 to share for the councillors.
Yes.
If the PMT would get 100 or $50 out of $10, and the JLP will get $25.
But hold on. Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Arithmetic not right. You get $10. You get
all right. Let me break it.
So you get $10 to spend, right? Total.
And the JLP get $5.
50%, yes?
Yes.
And the PNP and the JLP and the PNP would get how much?
The PNP gets, whenever time the PNP gets any money, whether $20 or $10, if they get $20, the JLP get $10.
Oh, so
if they get $10, the JLP get $5.
So it's 50-50 and share it?
Right.
Oh.
So what I'm trying to say, Prime Minister, you have to take time with me. Remember, you teach we how to count, and you can just expect people to grasp a new concept just so. If Prime Minister can get 150% out of 100, then give it time, no? We will catch up with the above AI maths. Because the maths are above AI knowledge, you know. We will catch up. So all you have to do, you see, just like how the mayor tried to, I won't call the word, make me break it down for you. And the more the mayor tried to break it down, is the more cahoots the mayor end up in. But what we're going to ask you to do is break down the crime figure for we. It's too big for we understand. Break it down, Prime Minister. Break it down.
All out! Whoa! Yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
Catherine, how you know? No, but when you talk truth, every day, them come up with a new crime figure. Where the oldness say about 20 years, Now they not add another 5 to it. So the AI keep shifting the type of maths them I do. For them algorithm way above AI or for them algorithm confuse AI. The government, because the government in a matter of weeks will be dissolving parliament. He's pushing the most to troubled area on the people of Jamaica. Crime. The Prime Minister keep beating us over the head with a hammer that crime is down. The economy is in recession. The Prime Minister regularly run round, beat us with a hammer that the economy has never been in this shape in 45 years, said the Prime Minister. Wanna take time with we now? Take time with we make we catch up. Wanna move too fast with the figure them. Remember someone we jump out of Jamal school, and when we hear say, you can get 150% out of 100, it will take we time to get to the level there. We're not going to just get up overnight and get to the understanding of 150% of 100. Wait, man, take time with we. We want to learn to, and everybody learn at full speed. But God help us, you see. God help the people of Jamaica to wake up and realize that whichever side of the fence that we're on, our country lacks political leadership. And that is one of the biggest problems facing our country. The lacking of political leadership. And boy, is it lacking in our country. It a lack in our country. Bad, bad, bad. That's even your mayors cannot read. Your mayors cannot count. Your MPs cannot say more than present. But we're paying them millions though. We are paying them millions. And the Prime Minister said, if we don't want to picnic them, we're not going to bury them. If we don't want to picnic them, this Prime Minister said, we're not going to bury them. So he said, it take the day to threaten you, the women of Jamaica, that if you warn them, because them now go enjoy the fruits of their crime, said the Prime Minister. What a world we live in. When crime is being defined by the very criminals who decide who the law should be enforced against. This has been your program, The People's Point of View. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Lovely to have your support. Do you have any questions to ask me? I want to tell Cliff Hughes, say, come answer we if him bad like we. Because I'm going to make Cliff Hughes them top come out here, come go on like them qualify for anything behind lying on their backs or going down on their knees. Tell me something else, Cliff Hughes. Other than going on your knees or on your back, dear, what do you qualify for? Anyway, my peeps, thank you very much for being here this evening. Lovely to have your support, as always. Join us right back here tomorrow morning for your At a Glance program, when we will continue to look at the issues facing our country. And yes, we are reminding all of the women in politics on the Jamaica Labour Party bench, all of those in cabinet, that Portia Lucretia Simpson Miller is a woman too, a Jamaican woman, a woman who have held the highest office in our land. Yes, Portia Simpson Miller is a woman too. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Join us tomorrow morning. Good night and good luck from Global TV. Abe, Romeo, you come late. Thank God, Max Romeo, you come late. Abe, you come late. See if you get a job over Cliff Hughes, you can go on. Anyway, my peeps, good night.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.